I am pastoring the church I grew up in. I went away to school. I came back, and then I was sort of youth director, I've been choir director, youth minister, assistant pastor, and then finally pastor. In high school, I was always someone who either started a on-campus ministry. In college, I was involved in a great Christian fraternity called Alpha Gamma Omega. I ended up being the chaplain of that for quite a bit of time. Oftentimes when I'm ministering, I sense, yeah, this is me, this is who I am. I'm so glad that God was so patient to allow me to really acknowledge His will for my life and to do that. Nothing pleases me more than to be in ministry. My goals as a pastor for Zion Temple, I probably would say, if I would sum it up into one big goal first, would be to be the community church that we're called to be. If our church burned down, would the people even know it was gone? Would they feel it? I mean, more than just passing by and seeing a hallowed building, but would their lives be affected by it? As a church, we're called to go outside of these doors to minister to the people, to be involved within the community. When I first became pastor, one of my goals was to be involved in the lives of children and families and such that every kid that grew up in this church would be eligible to go to a 4-year university. We go to schools with children. If there's a problem, parents can call us and says, my kid has this problem, and we'll show up at the school. Do a conference with the teacher. We began taking kids to tutoring. We used our van. My wife would fix dinner, and I'd pick up about 8 kids, and we'd bring them home, put them on our church van, and go out to Northrop, who had a math and science program that the Black engineers sponsored, and we took kids there. We proclaim a message with our mouths, but I think God says, you are the message. You are the message that I take imperfect human beings and empower them to change the community. Not only our mouths are saying it, but our lives are transformed. They look at us and say, hey, I know there's a God, because if that person can change and can give back to the community, then maybe I can. Maybe God is real. We need men, men who are committed to the gospel, or just men who want to learn to live a life that pleases God. Volunteers. We need volunteers to help us do an after-school program. We need space. We're limited on space here. I know that we will never move out of this community, but we will always be here. We want to have a place where the community can come in and use as an auditorium. So those things take land. So here we are. So those are things that we're praying for. Although our goals are huge, well, our God is huge. And we just trust Him to supply the needs that we have. Don't let anything stop you from coming, any preconceived ideas that you have. Don't worry about how you're dressed. Just come. And I promise you, if you come, that God will meet your need, that you'll hear the voice of God, you'll sense the Spirit of God ministering to you. The great thing about this church is that the people love God and they love each other. I can guarantee that if you came here, someone's going to ask you how you're doing. Someone will genuinely say hello to you. You'll sense the love that the people have for each other and for our guests. So come. Zion Temple Community Church welcomes you. We invite you to come worship with us. God bless you and keep you and cause His face to shine upon you. What an awesome God we serve.